to the Northbound Startups Demo Day 2021. My name is Jarkko Nissinen. I work as the head of startups at Startup Lifers, which connects the top Nordic talent with the best startups in the Bay Area. Although we are in the midst of an exceptional crisis, we are very happy to have organized this event. Thank you for all the IT support, Ville, Gösta Films, and other people in Västerås and Tallinn who have made this event possible. So hi everyone in the live stream. And in terms of today's agenda, we'll introduce you to all the organizing parties, and after that you will see magnificent pitches to the teams who have participated in Northbound Startups acceleration program. And after the pitching session, we'll hear feedback from our distinguished panel. And after this, you, the audience, you have a chance to join your favorite team's Zoom breakout room and ask questions like, when can I invest in you? Or when will you become a unicorn? Northbound Startups is an acceleration program that started in fall 2020. For the past 6 months, the startups you will see today have developed their product or service, sharpened their marketing and selling activities, and from our perspective, are investment ready. Turku Science Park, Västerås Science Park, and Tallinn Science Park Technopol have done a spectacular job making this ambitious program come true. Thank you also Central Baltic Interreg for your support. And in addition, we want to give a special thanks to our mentors and community members who have invested massively and given much effort to all of us. We are now in Turku, Åbo, but we have established a connection to Tallinn and Västerås. Let's start with Tallinn. Kadri, kuidas läheb? How are you? Great. And from Tallinn Science Park Technopol's community's perspective, how has the program gone? Lena Laas from Better Fund, our first panelists. What expectations do you have for tonight's pitches? I agree with you, Lena. Best region to start a startup. Thank you, Kadri and Lena. Let's move on to Västerås. Petra, hur mår du? How's it going?
Tack, här mår vi bara bra. Kiitos paljos. How's everything in Finland and Estonia? We really miss you guys. Welcome to Västerås. And actually we are so happy that we can hear you and that you can hear us for the moment. I really love these digital meetings.
Sounds really good. Petra, what's your take on behalf of Västerås Science Park? How has the program been?
We are really happy that we can meet both good partners with Tenopol and Turku, but also to meet all these interesting startups and be able to be a small part of their journey to become the next unicorns.
Sounds good. And then we have Björn Larsson from the investment readiness process by Beals. Björn, could you elaborate on the criterion? When is a startup investment ready?
And if I keep it short, I would say that if the founders understand that they're not selling the product to the investors, they're selling something else. They're selling an opportunity to get some money and a payoff, then they come up quite far. So we'll see today how far they come, and I'll ask them some questions to see if they're ready to have investors on board.
Halford from Spinverse. Welcome, Patrick, to the stage.
Kiitos, Jarkko.
So Patrick, what's the role of a pitch, and how important is it for a startup to possess a solid pitch and fluent pitching skills?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here. I agree the Nordics and the Baltics is the hottest place to be, and it's great to see my old friends at Technopol as well. I think what we're looking for is clarity, simplicity of the message, and also understanding how the teams discovered the opportunity. And then finally, of course, what's the team that's going to take them to actually discover and realize the opportunity, how they're going to scale it.
Thank you so much, Patrick. So what do you think? Are we ready to meet the first graduates of the Northbound Startups program? I hear yes. So first up, we have Influencery and Kelvin Jackson, and they connect social media, micro and nano influencers to brands and companies who are looking to advertise their product through influencer marketing. Kelvin, the stage is yours.
Can you all see me? All right. Hello, everybody. This is Kelvin from Influencery. Influencer marketing. Those are two words you're going to be hearing a lot this decade. It's an industry that has grown substantially over the last few years and is projected to reach over $15 billion by 2022. Now, it is well known that people are more likely to buy something if it's been recommended to them by somebody they know or trust, which puts influencers in a unique position to sell. However, at the moment, influencer marketing can be a bit of a pain. You have to spend a lot of time on social media, talking to celebrities and big name influencers and such, and even then you'll be spending over 1,000 euros per post. That's expensive and complicated, but it doesn't have to be that way. At Influencery, we focus on micro and nano influencers. That's people with maybe a couple thousand followers at most. They've been demonstrated to have significantly better per follower engagement rates than big name influencers, since their followers can find them trustworthy and relatable. At Influencery, we simplify the process of running a campaign with multiple micro or nano influencers. All you have to do is create your campaign, choose some influencers, ship them a sample of your product, and profit. We've developed an innovative web interface that will guide you through the process of creating an influencer marketing campaign and allow you to vet the influencers before you accept them. The influencers also get a nice mobile app that lets them browse the list of available campaigns and chat with brands before deciding whether they want to apply to a campaign. At the moment, we have influencers on board who can reach around 500,000 followers in total. That number is growing at around 6,000 a day. We've run several pilot campaigns already, have all been smashing successes, generating a couple of hundred comments and around 1,000 likes in both cases. Our business model is based on a recurring subscription fee for the brands, as well as a transaction fee per campaign. It will, on the other hand, for the influencers, it will be free to use. Currently, we are working towards being able to run one campaign a day, which will net us around 200,000 euros annually. We are at the moment focusing on the Finnish market, but we'll be expanding to the rest of the Nordics very soon, at which point we can head into the rest of Europe and eventually the world. So who are we? I'm Kelvin. I am the tech person. Taidam Trong, the person in the middle, is our marketing expert, and Mirko, the person on the right, is our design guru. So go to influencery.fi, sign up, and become our next success story. And take a screenshot of this page so you remember all those links. Thank you.
Now, the panelists, go ahead for the conversation.
Should I go first?
Go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Kelvin and the team. I had one interesting question, and that was, if you're going to run one campaign a day, how are you going to actually handle that? How are you going to move on to the next campaign the next day? Presumably there's a lot of follow-up activity and kind of back office stuff that you have to do to actually leverage that one campaign and then move on to the next one. So interested to hear your comments on that.
So the app takes care of a lot of the legwork for that. So like we don't have to work as intermediaries between the brands and the influencers anymore, because they can talk to each other directly. So most of the legwork there is just like billing and sales and things like that, which we'd have to do anyway.
Okay, very good, thanks. And I had one more question. And what is it you're actually looking for? What do you need to get you to this next level of scaling?
Primarily, we're looking for brands, for more customers, basically.
They're coming from all over the world, or are you targeting certain regions first? You mentioned the Nordic Baltic.
So we're focused.
Yep.
Sorry, we're focusing on Finland at the moment, but of course we'll be expanding as soon as possible, and we're also potentially open to brands from anywhere in the world who are interested in moving into the Finnish market, because we have a lot of Finnish influencers.
Thank you very much. Next panelist.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you for your presentation. It's really a growing market, yes. But you said you needed more customers. Do you need any capital?
At the moment, we're not actively soliciting capital, but we're definitely open to discussing that.
Okay, so then my next question would be, do you have revenues today? You were talking about revenues, but do you have revenues today, and what are they? So
not at the moment, because our pilot campaigns were run for free. So
okay.
Not yet, unfortunately.
But then one wonders how you cope without capital and without revenues, but maybe that's for later.
Oh, was that a question?
Well, I was, if you have, how do you survive?
So the thing, we don't have as many expenses as you might think. Running an app for a relatively small number of users on the grand scheme of things is fairly cheap.
Okay, thank you so much. Next panelist, please.
Hi, Calvin. Thank you for the presentation. So from my side, I understand you're a marketplace. So how and what costs are you expecting for acquisition of both the brands and the influencers? Do you already have some benchmarks, or have you started, or what's the deal currently in acquisition?
So getting influencers is easy. I mean, there's certainly some work involved, but basically we found if we advertise and talk to them, they'll sign up. Getting brands it's hard to estimate, because that's one of our pain points that we're currently working on. So it's hard to give actual numbers there. At the moment, it's a lot of work to get brands.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a strategy in place? So I understand from the influencer side, ads. Yeah, this makes sense. And to brands, are you going to build a strategy of sort of direct sales? How are you planning to approach them, or is it ads, or what's the plan here?
So we're working on various strategies. The brands we've gotten so far have been through either sort of through connections or through direct email marketing. but we are also working on making that more efficient.
Okay, great. And do you have some numbers on how many influencers currently have already?
So influencers signed up. Human individuals is around 60, I want to say. I'd have to double check because the number changes. Brands, both of our pilot customers were run before the app was finished.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
And let's hear it up for Ender Touring's Olena Josifova. They utilize real-time conversational AI as an automatic consultant for skincare industry.
And this is a little bit of misunderstanding, probably because we entered the program with one idea and started with a different. And let me introduce our current really running. I'm Olena and CEO and co-founder of Ender Touring. And we launched November last year with a different idea from what's spoken. And right now we do 1,700 euro MRR with it. So what it's all about? 22 million of calls recorded daily in Europe, and less than 2% is listened through for the purpose of training and monitoring. 98% of information businesses lose. So what's the problem with that? It leads to lost revenues annually in legal cases and customer churn. The solution is Ender Touring platform that collects all the information from call center calls, chats, voice assistants, and transforms it into searchable, editable content, reasonable service customer automation, and vital business insights. Our ideal customers are banks, insurance, telco, and energy companies with 15 plus operators in their internal call centers, and we charge them with annual subscriptions. The total market grows 17% annually, and with 10,000 ideal customers just in Europe, we are able to reach 250 million in annual revenues. While our competitors offer generic models in cloud, we provide our customers with custom, accurate models in secure on-premise or private cloud deployment, and this is exactly what markets want right now. So what's the right moment right now? Why now? Because there is a mass adoption of the speech technology in call centers, and we're at the right time with the right offer. Our current sales pipeline encounters 38 qualified leads, the companies that confirmed they would like to try our technology. We do 1,700 euro MRR, and we plan to convert our sales pipeline in 5,000 recurring revenue by September this year. Our team has everything what it takes to execute. We are all with engineering background and machine learning researchers. Our CEO created and founded and exited IT business previously. Our CTO is super fast delivery in software engineer and architect. And our CEO, which is me, is experienced in selling on mass scale to our ideal customers. We are raising right now a pre-seed round to reach 10,000 monthly recurrent revenue in next 12 months and have the pace of growth to complete the excellent seed round with you. And if you're interested, I welcome you to our matchmaking room, and thank you for your attention.
One very, very interesting area. In my early career, I used to work in credit cards in Bank of America. So we had a lot of, every employee had their monthly review on their calls, and you would literally have to sit there and listen to the whole one. I mean, remembering that and listening to your pitch, I think like this could have just been an email by turning it into a text. So this is kind of cool. But I'm interested, you mentioned that you were doing something previously. So you pivoted into this idea. So where tech-wise are you currently? What's happening?
We created a product that we already deploy in our customers and test it in real environment.
So is it like a minimal viable product, and you have customers that are you selling them kind of like a future promise, or is it and customers are signed up and that side?
Yeah, that's already what we sell, is a ready-to-use product. We built more features. I would say we are closer to beta version, not MVP.
Okay, that's pretty fast. Very cool.
Yes.
And what's your sort of strategy in terms of scalability? Anything you want to tell me on that side? What markets are you going after, and what are the targets for, let's say, end of this year, next year, and in 5 years?
Yes, currently we target European markets. We are strong in European languages support, and we do this through a network of partners, solution providers that we regularly employ, because we cannot be present in all the countries in Europe and customers need local support. And this model works really great. I had a previous experience 9 years in Abbey with the same model, and it works as a scalable model. But also we sell directly, and we will search the market where we can provide no-touch sales. But right now the product is not ready for the no-touch sales. It's still enterprise sales with a normal enterprise sales cycle. And about the plans what we have, by the end of the year, right now, we plan to have 10,000 MRR, which is annual subscriptions from our customers. So at least we calculated that's at least 10 closed big deals, and it should be more even now. And in 3 years, we plan to achieve 1.4 million in annual revenues. In 5 years, we expect it to be much more. But all the details we can share is a financial plan.
Pitch and the very clear answers as well to my colleagues' questions. I have a couple of questions. You talked about the insurance and banking industries. So have you tested this with some early adopter financial and banking customers, or are you starting with smaller clients?
We already deployed a product on in bank, which is smaller bank, not big one, with smaller call center. But still, it's bank. It's a real customer that has the same problems that others. And we're in negotiations for pilot projects with a couple more bigger banks.
Are they giving you good feedback on the product?
Oh, yes. When we deployed our product in the stage of MVP for them for the pilot project, they asked us not to stop until we release, but to use our MVP until the release. And now there is a release. No, we are at the beta stage. So we're released in February our main product already. So it's not MVP, and we deploy it on the customer side. And next customers will use already not MVP, but our next version, next release. The problems, if I heard you correctly, any other issues that we encountered during the or not?
Team. So is the team that you showed, is that a full-time team, or are they doing other things on the side?
No, we're all full-time. Our CTO was part-time, but from December last year, he's full-time with us. We totally acquired him, and we have a couple more contractors.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Patrick, for good questions. And Olena, thank you for an excellent pitch. It was awesome. You're a very execution team. I had a question. You mentioned a pre-seed round. How much capital do you need to raise to get those 12 months to get the 10,000 MRR?
We would prefer not to disclose it publicly, but we are ready to answer this question when you are in the matching room.
Excellent answer to that one as well. So there's nothing more from me except that mentioned also, because I'm listening about the financials now. You mentioned a seed round. Is that something that you can see coming in the next 12 months, or is it later on?
We suppose that you cancel me? We suppose it in 12 months, yes.
Within 12. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ender Turing. And I think, Olena, your pitch was a lot better than my introduction, so thank you so much.
Sorry for that.
Then we have Vyacheslav Volkov from Global Tech Group, and they're creating an onboard weighing system for the freight vehicles, providing real-time vehicle, axle load, and payload weighing. So, Vyacheslav.
Hi, and we have problem for costly fines for them. So we produced on-load system, which is onboard weighing for the truck and trailer together. The system is combine existing truck and trailer together as one unit. Equipment what we produce combined with air pressure models, main computer and touchscreen monitor, which is installing to the cabin. Our equipment according to the law in Europe, which is obtained to have this equipment on board each truck and trailer since 2019. We have our own monitoring service, which is supporting with our Excel loading system, and our clients should see all reports of Excel loading during the way, and they collect this data for the future estimation or some statistic issues. Our price less than competitors today. We have registered trademarks Global Tech for worldwide, and MyGT, this is monitoring system also for worldwide. So the business model is to sell equipment and to rent equipment together with monitoring vehicle online. This year we have a target to sell 1,000 sets, so we already finalized our piloting in Europe. We have a team which is located from CIS, Finland, and Estonia. All of them has experience in logistics. Some of them work with truck main producer in Sweden, by the way. In the future, we have step for establishing our representative offices in Germany. We already have it. In Estonia, Finland we have, and soon I would like to have offices in France and Spain, where is big logistic area. Also in Sweden, we know that logistic area is grow up year by year. So generally, it's final my presentation. Better to reply for some questions, and I'm ready for that.
Shall I go?
Thank you for the pitch. I was thinking about that 1,000 equipment this year. How's your sales funnel for that? I mean, how sure are you that you will sell that many equipment?
We have requests for the clients before pandemic. We finalized our piloting in February last year, by the way, and we still continue communicate with them. Some of them from France has 7,000 vehicles with trailers together. So our target, hopefully the pandemic will finish because our supervision should be present during installation. Yes, it is. By the end of this year, we have target to sell this equipment 1,000 pieces. 1,000 pieces, it means together for trucks and trailer.
Okay, so how many clients is that, 1,000 equipment?
We have only one client with 1,000 1,000 trucks and trailer. But all of them in the Europe, we have from 5 to 6 clients today. And we give them for test our equipment, and today we have a testing period. One problem is the border in the Europe is still closed to reach the trucks for supervision, how it works. And we hopefully this summer will be finished, this pandemic. and we can organize meeting with them personally.
Just one more follow-on question on that one. When you install or when you deliver this, is it an onboarding time? How much effort is it from you to actually supply your customer with example 1,000 equipment?
We communicate with existing truck workshops in the area, communicate with them for installation this equipment on our clients' trucks and trailer. And the main target is to sign contracts with such kind of workshops, which will distribute our equipment locally for local clients. And from our website, you can see the map of our distribution centers already, which we have. And for 1,000 sets, we should have at least 3 workshops for install such kind of amount equipment. Generally, one equipment installing for 2 hours.
2 hours, okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Next
welcome.
panelist. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm interested in what's the competition currently? Who are your competitors? Roughly, what's their revenue? So, what is it that you're up against currently?
Who is big producer of similar equipment, and one company from United States. Our target is to be in chain of suppliers for truck producers, existing truck producers, and trailer also. I can say their name, but this is big company.
Okay, so your plan is to be there at the place where the trucks are produced. They immediately put your tech in there, and then they...
Yes, and we have estimation for after sales trucks market, which is only in Europe more than 15 million units. In United States and Canada, there is 25 million units. But there's not a strict law in United States than in Europe, which will ask this system, especially in Germany. After our meeting last year with German government in North Westphalia, they say this law they will establish this year, which will check each truck for such kind of equipment. They should have it.
Okay, fascinating. And you mentioned you are looking for an Series A soon, and then exit in 2024. So that's quite quick. So can you just briefly run me through what happens here? So what revenues do you expect before Series A? Then what would the valuation be that you're after, and where are you planning to exit in the next 3 years?
Preliminary price today is for 500 euro per set, per standard set, and 1,000 vehicles will bring €500,000. But with market, our idea is to reach 10,000 installation to get value for the company. Also, we have idea to rent this equipment with vehicle monitoring, with monthly subscription for €42 per month. And then we will have capitalization because we have equipment in company and we have clients. So same time, we have a marketing plan to sell this equipment together with our monitoring system for free, which is we already placed on market, and we have requests from the clients. So we sell equipment and give for free vehicle monitoring from 1 to 3 years.
Okay, so just coming back to the A round, you're planning to raise how much, and what's your exit plan?
For 1,000 sets, we would like to raise 150,000 euro, no more. And then we will estimate, according to the request, how many sets we should produce more. This is for round A. No more money.
Okay. And your exit plans? You stated that you will have plans for exit in 2024.
2024, it's our idea when we reach 30,000 installation per year. If we will have this installation later, then exit will be later. I'm not sure it will be faster than 2024.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the pitch and the answers to my colleagues.
You're welcome.
Question on the technology. Is it a set of sensors around the truck that are then connected somehow to cameras and then feeding that information to the cab, or how does it work?
We made our equipment very simple. We installed these sensors inside of the air suspension. And during our software, which is downloaded into the main block, the software estimate axle by axle the loading. That's why our equipment is cheaper than our competitors and easy for installation.
Very good. And can it send that data to remote locations? For example, I know the Swedes are very advanced in testing autonomous trucks at the moment, and that's going to really take off across the Nordic countries. Can these trucks be monitored remotely as they become more autonomous?
System should work independently. Do we have driver or not in the truck? All data sending through GPS tracker to the monitoring platform and collecting data on the server. So it doesn't matter is autonomous with the truck with driver or not. The system.
Hey, thanks for your answers.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vyacheslav. Let's give a big hand all around the globe. And next up we have Kenneth Kineen from Student Recruitment Pro. And they offer tech support remotely. So would be glad to hear more, Kenneth. And do start your pitch in 15 seconds, I think, interpreting our technical support here. So in 15 seconds, you can start your pitch.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Okay. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's start now. Okay. Okay. Hello. We are student. Okay. We are Student Recruitment Pro. We started off with two key problems. International companies need Nordic speakers today. And the other main problem is they also need graduates with more experience than just an internship. We hire students and then we rent the students out to these international companies remotely. And then our second solution is we discover the best students at graduation, and then we sell them to the workers for a fee. Our secret sauce is our systems talk to each other through APIs, and we use the latest AI in recruitment. One.
Our model is that we are recruiting the students, we're evaluating them, we're following up, or our students are working remotely. We follow up very thoroughly on trainings, we upskill our students, and then we sell the graduates at the end. Our unique selling points are that we only operate remotely, we only employ Nordic native speakers, and we do sell the best students at graduation.
Our yearly milestones look like this. And at the end of this year, we intend to have 32 students on board with us. And by 2026, we hope to have 800 students working on board with us. Why it's in blue here is in 2022 is where our run rate runs to. And then at the end of 2025, going into 2026, we look for Series A funding. And by that stage, we'll have a 61% margin, but we'll spend this Series A funding on marketing. And we've looked at Adecco as a competitor for their pricing strategy. They charge a one-time fee of €9,000. They charge an hourly rate of €48 per hour, whereas we charge $27.79 per hour. We're very low, you're probably thinking, but we also have, we're going to introduce this one-time rate by 2023. This will give us a chance to get into the market and get firmly set up. Our go-to-market strategy is that for now, these customers that you see here are the ones that are interested in our services. As you recognize, most of them are located in Ireland because most of tech companies are located in Ireland, and they do have a constant demand on Nordic speakers. We need €170,000 today for our products. We'll spend 10% on it for our SaaS tools, APIs, and AI systems. We'll also spend 30% on marketing to the clients and students. Half of the money will go towards the team, to recruiting sales, contact manager, and a student ambassador. And then finally, we'll have a 10% buffer we could use for investing in new opportunities, such as SaaS tools. Our 21-month runway looks like this. Our revenue peaks in different points is because the summertime, we can give out students to cover vacation time. And then on the bottom, you can see our accumulated cash flow in the red line. And in the middle, this is our milestones we hope to achieve.
Our task force, this is Kenneth. He's doing sales and marketing. He has 10 years in the event industry. I am taking care of finance and operation. I have more than 10 years in payroll and accountancy, systems mostly. And we have Stephen, who is a graduate student he graduated in HR. So we think that he could do HR and sales.
And then finally, our market sales. We've looked at Bullhorn statistics for this, and the total market is 6.23 billion. The serviceable market is 146 companies in Dublin, 200 companies in Stockholm, and then our runway for the next 21 months is 20 companies servicing 30 jobs, which is equal to 120 students with a revenue of €900,000. Thank you for listening. We are Student Recruitment Pro.
Hey, thank you. Very clear pitch. So a couple of questions on your customers. So are you talked about targeting many of these bigger IT or technology companies in Ireland and then spinning that out, or are you going to jump straight into the Nordics? I wasn't sure.
To do the reverse, approach the customers in Ireland where the need is and match them with students here in Sweden. Why? Because it was difficult already for them to find personnel. Well, for now it's impossible. So
I worked for IBM in Ireland a lot. We had a lot of international students, graduates coming through that kind of channel. So I think it's a good strategy. And then are you looking at any other industries beyond kind of technology?
Yeah, we're looking at mainly from business students and computer science students. So we're looking at customer support and entry-level jobs, basically.
Ireland is very strong on pharmaceutical product development as well, so maybe that's an area of consideration.
Yeah, computer science students also.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. A few questions from my side. So just to understand a bit better, you mentioned Adecco as the main competitor, and they charge roughly 9,000 per employee. Is that is their kind of?
That's their one-time fee. So they charge a one-time fee straight off the bat, and then they charge an hourly rate after that. And they're not our key competitor, but we're in such a saturated market that we could talk about everybody, but instead we've tried to pinpoint one competitor and give their pricing performance versus our pricing performance.
Okay. So just to understand a bit more how it kind of works, because on Adecco side, they handle all the HR. So the employees are usually actually employed by Adecco, and then they charge the company. So for the company, it kind of removes the hassle of having the HR issues. So if there's an issue with the employee, Adecco does that. So where
we have the same model, we have the same business model. It's remote as opposed to physical jobs.
Okay, so you handle all of the queries of the employees and everything on that side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
What we also have in place already is a system of follow-up, because we don't do only the recruitment and we're not aiming to find the perfect candidate. We need at graduation to deliver to the customer the best candidate possible, and this is done through follows up and very thorough follows up with. So yes, we have the same financial model. Yes, we also hire consultants. Yes, we intend to work at a global level, bringing companies from Ireland and matching them with students here in Sweden, in Scandinavia mostly, but it's a slightly different approach, we could say.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lina. Thank you, Monica and Kenneth. Excellent pitch. You have two revenue streams. I like that. You have the renting out and also selling them in the end of the day. It's good. But you mentioned 170,000 now in a pre-seed and then an A round in 2026. Do you need capital between those two rounds, or are you?
With our projections right now, we don't need them, but we don't know what's around the corner. There could be like a recession, and we could have a lot harder time than our projections. So we might need a seed round in the coming months. In 2023.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And what would an exit look like for an investor in this company?
So much. So next up we have Xenia Sokolova from Neurosalience, and they are developing tool for early detection of dementia from MRI scans. Xenia, before moving on to your pitch, we're in halfway of the pitches, and just wanted to ask a question from you: that how's the program been for your team?
It was a great program. We met a lot of people and made a lot of contacts we're currently using actively to develop. So I think it's just an amazing opportunity for a startup like ours. Hi, I'm Xenia. I'm CEO and co-founder of Neurosalience. I've recently completed my PhD at King's College London. In my PhD, I focused on developing new machine learning methods to understand human brain aging. Have you ever known someone from dementia? Have you ever known someone whose life is drastically affected by caring for someone with dementia? Dementia is a disease caused by accelerated brain aging, and that results in decline in both thinking skills and memory, and this affects life of those individuals on day-to-day basis. In developed countries, it's estimated that by 2030, there will be over 75 million patients with dementia. Estimated cost per patient per year is over 36,000 euros. Current diagnostic pipeline, however, only allows to start treatment and lifestyle changes once the symptoms have already occurred. At Neurosalience, we develop a tool for early detection of dementia from structured MRI scans. This is the first tool in the world to be able to assess the risk of dementia, even on low-resolution MRI data, and that allows to reuse the existing patient data already collected at the hospitals. We are also the first tool in the world to be able to extend the tool to the CT data, which acquisition is approximately 2 times cheaper compared to MRI. Brain age prediction is used as a biomarker for the risk of dementia, as different parts of human body age at different rate. So if your predicted brain age is within ±4 years from your real age, that means that you're on a health aging trajectory. If your predicted brain age is well off your real age, that means that accelerated brain aging has occurred and you may be at risk of developing dementia. Here's our prototype. The user can upload an MRI scan, enter their age, and then the model calculates predicted brain age and also identifies the regions of the brain which are mostly affected by aging for that exact patient. We have identified our beachhead customer segment, which is represented by a population of 40 years of age with having private healthcare insurance and paying out of pocket for treatments and diagnostics. That market is nearing 2 billion euros in the world. Our main estimated market is a B2G market of people of 40 years of age with governmental healthcare insurance spent on preventive care, and this market is nearing 6 billion euros currently in the world. We have a strong team to achieve our goals. Along with me, we also have our CTO, Michael, who is a software engineer with many years of experience in developing high-performance applications. This year, we also will be adding a neurologist, radiologist, and neuropsychologist to our team to cover a full clinical cycle for dementia risk assessment. We are currently actively working on establishing our partnerships and client relationships. We are looking into having access to clinical data, developing the product for CT, and also validating the product in clinical environment. If you have good connections or ideas, or you're interested in this, please contact us. Thank you for your attention.
Much excellent pitch and a very, very important area to cover. Thank you. And my 2 questions. You mentioned a seed round or something in the end of this year. Do you know how much that will be?
At the moment, we're estimating then, since the issue is that we are currently starting our first clinical trials in Estonia. And also we're currently actively interacting and talking to European Medical Agency, who we would have to ask and apply for regulatory approval. And at the end of the year, we will know exactly whether that first clinical trial data is enough to ask for approval. If that's enough, then the money we will need next year will be considerably less.
Okay. And the second question, have you thoughts on how much capital you need on the whole, for the whole way to build this company? Is it possible to estimate?
At the moment, we can't give you an exact estimate. Again, going back to, we don't know how much regulatory approval will require us to have data for, because if they will, currently the clinical trial will be starting this year is based on retrospective data. So it's a data which is already collected in Estonia. If they will say to us this year that this is enough to get the regulatory approval, they will be ready to go to market in 2022. But if they say that we need a prospective study and therefore we will need to fund this before even having go to market step, and therefore that will increase the amount.
I understand. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Xenia, for the very clear pitch and also answers to my colleagues' questions. My first question actually was about the partnerships and how you get into the kind of cycle with the customers. Would those partners be like hospitals, or would they be medical device organizations? What kind of partnerships would they be?
Yeah, so our customer acquisition strategy is based on the fact that, so obviously we will be working with governmental hospitals in terms of clinical trials, since they held much more data on people. But in a go-to-market strategy, we'll first focus on private healthcare segment, since it's a bit easier to move on in terms of getting approvals and actually making this to a selling point. So we will starting from this in Europe, but we will sort of along with this also aim for governmental insurance, since that's the biggest market, and our sort of ultimate holy grail goal is to use this tool as a screening program.
Very good. We at Spinverse have good contacts into consortiums with hospitals, so I'm happy to help you if you want to reach out to me afterwards as well.
Well, that would be great.
Thank you very much for that.
Hello, thank you. Very, very interesting. I'm trying to see kind of the broader picture. Let's say if we look at it, assuming that you succeed in the trials and all the funding. So what would be your exit strategy? Is it selling to some big pharma, or do you plan to do something else? So what are the thoughts there?
Yeah, so in terms of exit strategy, one would be to exit for a company which provides MRI scanners, for instance, because ultimately in this sort of diagnostics and risk assessment pipeline, the MRI scanners are used. So this is one of the exit strategies which may be on the way. Another would be just to IPO and run the company. It will depend on how actually in this, I think, next 10 years we succeed in terms of turning this into a screening tool.
Okay, thank you.
Let's give a big hand for her. And next up we have Mikko Larkela from MySupermon, and you're creating a tool for use case-based database application monitoring. Now Mikko, a random question to you. I'm a firm believer of these international collaborations. How do you see now that the channel's open to Västerås and Tallinn? How has it affected to your company, and what kind of potential do you see in it?
Yeah, sounds good. Yes. Yeah, everything is sounds good, and it is good opportunity for us also to meet people and see.
Are you ready for your pitch?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to that. So, good luck.
Hi, my name is Mikko. I'm CEO and founder of Devaten, and our great new product is MySupermon for software testing. Here all is good. There is not much traffic between application server and database server. Response time is good, and end users are happy. And this could happen. Response time is bad. End user doesn't like anymore to use your application. Example, in Black Friday, this could happen. There's a lot of users in your application, and it slows down. But the reason could also be software. And in that case, it's really expensive to fix. Example in business critical software area, like finance service, healthcare, and manufacturing. We have like 30 different beta and pilot testers in our product. And we are in continuous integration tool market. It's a growing market. Our solution is automation. We are finding the problems before they occur, and software houses can follow the plan without surprises. This will save time and money. Our team is me, Mikko, and Kirsi, and we have outsourced development team in India. We are similar like Neuralink or Datadog or Grafana. These tools are like time-specific monitoring tools. They're monitoring time, example, last 10 hours or last 2 hours, and see if there's spikes. We are focusing on use cases, business cases, and our innovation is patent pending. And we have made technical partnership with Neotus. Neotus is a global player. They have testing tool called Neolad, and we have made integration with Neolad tool to provide more value to their tool. Our second threat is Indian market. There is over 2 million development teams. So it's a huge opportunity for us. And our SaaS is live. We have Neotus, we have beta testers. It's all bootstrapped so far. And our sales starts in India. We have already sales agents on place. And we are applying now for 100,000 for pre-seed, which will last for next 12 months. Okay, thank you.
Lina, do you want to start?
Yes, very interesting. So I understand that your plan is to focus on the Indian market.
Yes, that's and another thread is the partnership which already agreed. Indian market and the tech company partnership.
Okay. Sorry, could you just repeat again what you are projecting that your revenues could be from the Indian market?
Yeah, it could be if we get 10,000 IT companies, 10,000 teams, it's 500,000 for a month.
Not bad. Revenue currently?
Yeah, we have just launched our SaaS now. So we have those beta users, but not any payable customers as we started this now.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Excellent. Thank you, Devatan. And my question is, you said that you needed 100,000 for 12 months. What is the milestone? What will you achieve during those 12 months?
Yes, we are at MRR for at least 1,000 for a month. That's the minimum. Obviously, we get plan is to get much more.
And do you plan the next round, or is that enough for you?
Yeah, yes. After 1 year, we have a seed round. And yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 600,000. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Bjorn. Thank you, Mikko, for that pitch. Can I ask a question about the sales? How are you going to be selling the product? Is it all distributed through this partnership with Neosys, or are you going to be selling it through other distribution channels?
Yes, I have. Yeah, we have 3 sales agents agreed on India. They're starting soon, and also we are using the automation, some sales automation, which is in going there right now.
The highly qualified team that you just showed, so are they all working full-time for the business, or are they doing other things as well?
Yes, I'm doing consultant work as well. but the same company only. This company only I'm working on.
Your one is 100% focused on solving this business opportunity.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mikko, so much. And next up we have Niklas Siegholm, and Siegholm Tech provides a platform of digital services to utility companies. Niklas, are you on the line?
I think so. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Just
Perfect.
wanted to ask you a question about how did you prepare? How much time did it take to prepare for this pitch? You know, when I'm giving pitches, I go all neurotic, all out, training night and day. So did you train night and day, full week?
No, actually I didn't. It's sort of part of my full-time job to hold presentations. That's mainly what I do. I think the big challenge here is to keep it to 3 minutes. It really goes on for hours with me. So I'll see how I manage that. I think so, yeah. So
Said
hold
3
on
minutes.
It's going to be a lot of information.
Yes, let's start. Go ahead.
Okay, right. I'll have to look there. Thank you. So what we've accomplished is to create a platform for combined heat and power plants, and we've actually created a module to capacity to modulate this and to use the AWS system to rapidly increase the ability to take a hold and grab data and calculate it and visualize it for decision makers in the value chain. So what we do here is that the production part here, we modulate the production system over an entire city, and then we use that to create insights into what needs to be done and to reduce inefficiencies in every part of the value chain. And there are lots of different modules that we have created along the way, not only optimization, but also many different manual processes which we've automated for our customers. I'll just click through here. There are 290 municipalities only in Sweden, and there are combined heat and power in 270 of them. So there's a lot of different customers in Sweden, and obviously also in Finland, where combined heat and power is big, but also in the Baltic region. We want to enter that region. And the problem in the industry that we're trying to solve is that there's a decrease of the market is maturing, basically. And what happens then, and the complexity is increasing as well, which reduces the margins and increases the importance of finding inefficiencies in the value chain, and that's what we're sort of riding on. What I can't really see my own text here. Sorry. What we've done here is that we've created a platform to automate many different things for the energy companies, which decentralizes production, decision making, and increases visibility for everyone. So basically, what you can do with our product is that we can now optimize 30 cities with all the information of all the energy in those systems, hour by hour, every hour, so to increase the information and the quality of the information to decrease inefficiencies. So what we've done is that we created BI solutions for decision makers in the organization. We visualize the net and how heat propagates in order to be able to see into the future. We also created an hour-by-hour feedback mechanism, so you know how much inefficiencies that you have over the production step. And it's quite a lot of money, actually. I'll talk about that. So with our technology, and there's really no competition here because we've increased the speed of how you do this by 100-fold, which also meant that you can make completely different decisions and you can reduce the total cost of producing this. And we're talking about the hundreds of millions of Swedish crowns that decisions that are made with wrong assumptions, with wrong information about everything from weather to the electricity system market, which it creates. So that is what we do. We don't have those. I think these are fairly defensive numbers, but we've been working on this for a long time. We have 10 developers here in Sweden. We have a couple of PhDs and engineers in energy as well.
3 minutes up.
Sorry.
Let's move on to the conversation.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you. I will start. Very interesting. Just to make sure I understand correctly, it's a platform for monitoring and whatever you need to take action there.
Yeah,
right.
So we forecast the electricity market, the heat market, the temperature market, the EU ETS, which is the certification for how much carbon dioxide you're allowed to, and then we make a heat load out of that, and how much electricity and heat they can provide in a triangle from what is technically feasible, environmentally regulated, and what is the economically best option for them, hour by hour.
Okay, fascinating. So the customer it's B2G, but I'm just interested. So you make a very bold claim of 100 times improvement. So what is being used currently? What's broken, and how do you know it's broken? So
I work with the competitor systems. Oh, sorry. And it normally now it takes around half an hour to optimize one city, made on local servers on proprietary software. And for us, it takes 7 seconds. And that is only the reason why we can put it in the cloud. Obviously, we had to come over we've had to clear several, not to say the least, security ones. But when we can scale up on the cloud using AWS, we're technology partner to AWS. We can obviously calculate vaster amounts of data in a much faster speed. So actually now they can optimize not only once every hour, but every person in the company can do their own scenario planning, which is incredible, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Bjorn, please.
Well, thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Niklas.
Thanks.
And as you said, you can go on for hours, and 3 minutes was quite short.
Yeah, sorry for that.
No, but what's the progression? So how much revenue do you think you will have in maybe 2 years from now?
Well, I showed the projections there, and I think they're quite conservative. See, we have a monthly fee, and for every module that we create, we have an increase in our MRR, obviously. But the thing is, in this very conservative business, is that the first question you get when you come to a big customer, like for instance Vattenfall, is who else do you serve? Because they really need to know that you're a secure partner. We're the only SaaS partner for Vattenfall close to the production within this business. So obviously we had to meet a lot of regulatory standards and security qualifications in order to get there.
Okay, and if you look at investments, do you need investments to accelerate from now and forward?
We might, yeah, we might, because this obviously is seeing that we have so many developers, and it's cost us a lot to get where we are, and the market in Europe is actually both big and growing. There might be a reason for us to reach out to the capital market in order to speed up our progress, but as of yet, no.
Okay, thank you.
Patrick. Thanks, Nicholas. I have one question, and that was around as this exponential growth of EVs goes up and more homeowners start trading with vehicle to grid, for example, will your platform be able to handle all of these kind of new value chain partners coming online?
Not really, no, because that's the electricity market, and we're more in the heat market. But these markets are really intertwining now, and we can see that in the future. Okay. So what we have is the energy competencies and the SaaS competency to combine these. So we have partners who've asked us about this, but we haven't gone into it yet, although the calculations there are much easier than the ones that we do currently.
Okay, that's good to know. Hey, thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Niklas. And next up we have Vilma Piiroinen from Kuitu. And Kuitu is a Finnish fashion brand that creates modern items for urban people. Vilma, welcome to the stage. So I have a question for you. What was best at Northbound Startups Acceleration Program?
I think it was really well executed, even though it's been really hard probably for many this kind of accelerator programs during this Corona time. So I think it was like really nice to have this international program, even though, you know, its situation is what it is.
It is what it is indeed. Are you ready for your pitch?
Yes, I am.
Please go ahead.
Yes, so I'm Vilma from Kuitu, and if you've seen a newspaper, you probably read about these huge environmental and social issues related to fast fashion. And well, our solution is to provide modern, sustainable items for urban conditions. This is our product portfolio. We have really clear focus on our products. We make them from these sustainable upcycled materials, and also they're really durable, functional, and well designed for trendy millennials. Our items are in the price category of high-end fashion, ranging from 100 to 450 euros. And we're actually launching new products next week, so it's really exciting time for us. Our products are really loved by our customers, and they have been worn by these really major Finnish artists such as Vesta, Robin, and Alma. And also we have had some recognition in magazines. What we have been doing last autumn, we tested product market fit in London, and we noticed that the state of retail is changing, and people are actually turning their gaze from traditional retail brands to these independent, sustainable designers. So it's such a great market opportunity for our brand. And we're also doing the same product market fit testing in Milan this spring. So what we actually looking for now is to have investment of total 100K. We already have 25K of conditional investment that is realized if we get also the missing 75K. With this money, we're actually more like, we have these amazing products, but not many people know about our brand yet. So what we're going to do, we kind of focus on marketing, because all these efforts that we have done have been with the 0 to minimal budget. And what we would be focusing on is to get more brand visibility in order to find the customers. So thank you, that's everything.
Ah, okay. Shall I go first? Okay. Hey, thank you, Vilma. So, first of all, only available to millennials. What about old people like me?
Oh yeah, you can buy them.
Okay,
and to be honest, we have customers from all kind of age group. It's more about the style that we focus on our design. That it's more.
My serious question though is where do you manufacture them?
We manufacture here in Turku, but also we have a bigger production facility in Estonia that we would also be producing the products if we have the investment to have more bigger batches.
And you have the facility already in Turku?
Yeah, we have a production site in Turku, that's been outsourced.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Thank you. Over to my colleagues.
Go ahead, Lena.
Hi. Thank you. Very, very big trend and very needed, I would say, not making new stuff, but yeah. So my questions, have you got any revenue already? How many items have you sold? And do you know what your acquisition cost is currently?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
No problem. So do you have any revenue currently?
Yeah, we do. We have sales monthly. I'm not sure what is the correct amount, but we have sold in total in 1.5 years of something a little bit under 100 products.
100. And how much do the products cost?
They range to customers. They range from 105 euros to 450 euros. But their production is it depends on the product. But our share, it's something like 25% of the total, from 25% to maybe like 50% of the total price. But when we have more, like with an investment, we could be able to scale our products and also make the production price lower.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what your acquisition cost currently is? So how much do you have to spend on a customer to sell, let's say, one product?
We haven't actually been measuring that a lot because we haven't been spending any money on marketing, and we'll be doing that with a zero budget. So what can be measured is more with working hours.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I had difficulties to see your screen in the beginning, so I may have misunderstood your numbers when you were talking about the equity you were raising. I saw in the screen that it said 75K,
yes,
and you said something about 25 and 10.
Oh, yes,
Can
sorry.
you just elaborate?
So what we were looking for in this round is total 100K, and 25K has been like conditional investment already. So we're looking for 75K of angel money.
Okay, and that would give 10%.
Yes.
So it's a pre-money valuation of 750,000K.
Yes.
Is there a need for more funding, or do you think that you can have an exit of this company, and what would that exit look like?
I think what we're really focusing on is not like, doing exit in few years. It's maybe different when you're building a fashion brand, and a lot of the value is created by, the designer and the design and building the brand. So I don't think the exit is something that we would be planning to do in few years. But yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vilma. And next up, we have Maria Pihlak from Just Ride Technology. And they're integrating an intercity carpool with last mile solutions, providing the first 360 approach to traveling without a personal vehicle. So, Maria, are you on the line?
I think our Technopol crew has the most joke position here, so they are funny. Yeah. Yes, I am. So hi, my name is Maria. I'm from Creta, and we are just a ride-sharing app designed for intercity travels. So this is me, a driving addict. Traveling alone means that my ecological footprint is 5,000 kilograms of CO2. Filling up my empty seats means that I reduce waste and I save more than 2,000 euros annually. This is my story, but there are millions of people traveling alone. Ride sharing is booming. By 2025, there are more than 45 million cars entering the carpool environment. The world is moving towards collaborative consumption, and you can think about Bolt, Uber, or even WeWork or Workland. We have already a prototype in App Store and Google Play, and our value propositions are in-app payments, hassle-free bookings, and CO2 calculator for climate-conscious gamifying process. Facebook groups have more than 100,000 users, carpoolers in Estonia only. So, but Facebook is not designed for ride sharing, so there are problems. The dominant player is BlaBlaCar actually, who have more than 90 million users and 100 million in revenues, which brings us to the market slide. So in our region, there are no dominant players, and BlaBlaCar is expanding through acquisitions. Here are 4 buys with a price tag of 10 million euros.
So yeah, BlaBlaCar has it. So far, we have had 2 soft launches to collect customer feedback from real carpoolers, and our hard launch is planned for the early April. Our team, we have 2 excellent developers who both have experience from successful startups. Our product designer have experience from Baltic's biggest software company, and our CEO, Glenn Christopher, he knows exactly what it takes to work hard and achieve goals, as he is an Olympic candidate in judo. I've been working with marketing and communication, but as fate would have it, I'm currently looking for a replacement, as I've decided to step down because I want to focus on my first love, which is equestrian market. So granted, I will be forced to work with a lot less horsepower, just 1, but thankfully, Greta will make it much easier for me to travel from stable to stable. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Great pitch. So is this what Bolt and Uber promised they would be, basically?
Yeah, we actually have talked with Bolt, Martin Willig from Bolt, and he said that they planned it in the beginning, but now they're only focusing on the carpooling in city, ride sharing in city. So yeah, they're not thinking about that right now. And when did our big surprise or the motivation came is when I think that when I travel with Bolt from Tallinn center to Tallinn center, it costs me €6. And when I want to carpool from Tallinn to Tartu, which is 200 kilometers, it costs me €5. So yeah.
And you said you soft launched. How many users did you get in the soft launch?
Yeah, with the we got 50 users, and with the second one we got 100, a little bit more than 100. So yeah, they tested it.
Okay, I will let others ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Lina. Thank you again, Maria and Greta, for the pitch. My question was, how are you going to grow your market? How are you going to get your customers from now and forward?
Yeah. In Estonia, first we want to have the proof of concept from Estonia, and we are directly contacting them or marketing our solution in Facebook groups where already are all the carpoolers now.
Okay, so can you show? Is there any proof of your conversion rate right now, or is it too early?
Yeah, actually that's funny because all the carpoolers we wrote during our soft launches actually made an account and actually posted their rides that it was 100% of success, believable. But yeah, we have seen that the direct contact works, and we can prove it in Estonia and then move on to the Nordic and Baltic countries.
Okay, astonishing. I hope that continues. Patrick, your turn.
Bjorn, actually, and Maria, thank you for an excellent pitch. I have a follow-on question to Bjorn's question, actually, and that is around scaling. You said that you are stepping down from the company or the leadership role. So my question is, without your energy and drive and inspiration, can the company scale as fast as you are projecting it can?
Yeah, you should see my team.
I'm sure. Confident that this is not an issue then?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, and the next question I had was, how fast can you do that? Because if BlaBlaCar is kind of just moving into different regions through acquisition, could they acquire some other company very quickly in a Nordic country or a Baltic country and then spin up really fast, or would they be looking to acquire someone like you, for example?
Yeah, the thing is that right now there are no, as I said before, dominant player in our region. Like there are small companies based on one country. Like in Finland there is a Kyrit.net, I think, but they're not in Estonia or not in Sweden. So yeah, we are planning to expand really quick to Nordic, and that's how we can have the potential safe feeling about BlaBlaCar.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria, and hopefully the mood will be happy and joyful in Technopol, being like that. So we're coming in our program to our last pitch. Sami Granfors from Digitaika will tell how they're creating an online tool to create animated videos and online courses from existing tools like PowerPoint. Now, Sami, I'll give you a task of representing the participants and the team here. So what would you like to say to organizing parties, Turku Science Park, Västerås Science Park, and Tallinn Science Park, Technopol, and also Central Baltic Interreg? So what would you say to these organizing parties?
Thank you. It has been a really exceptional times, and still we have managed to have an international program. So I think it's thank you very much.
So you have the honors to close the curtains today. So are you ready to give your pitch?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we have built Automate Video, the next generation business content sharing platform. Thank you. So with Automate Video, you can share all your content, presentation, PDF, or even an audio recording from your last Clubhouse session as a video online. The content generation is really easy. You just upload your content and it's automatically transformed into an engaging video that you can share online. And when you share it, you have audio track, scripting, chaptering, everything is done automatically. Professionals and educators want to share content with the right audience. And the incumbent leader who we will replace in the user-generated business content market is SlideShare, with 100 million monthly viewers and 38 million creators. But professionals are frustrated with SlideShare. Yes, it's easy to generate content, but the format is outdated. It's static and hard to use on mobile. LinkedIn bought SlideShare, but failed to develop its technology. Our proprietary technology provides us some competitive advantages. So unlike the legacy platforms, we understand content and we animate it automatically. We make content look good and sound good by adding soundtracks, online videos, and voiceovers. And we make the content easy to navigate. With regards to competition, Automate Video is as easy as SlideShare to create content and as engaging as YouTube for the viewer. The business model is freemium. So the free users, they create content which is public and watermarked. And the premium users, they get the possibility to share privately. They remove the Automate Video brand. They can download the video and get other value-added features. We soft launched last year to validate our user acquisition strategy. We acquired more than 10,000 users through Google Ads and did some B2B pilots to generate some early revenue. Our primary go-to-market is to go aggressively after SlideShare and PowerPoint to video users, but there are multiple ways of acquiring users. We are now raising a round of 300,000 euros. For the go-to-market target for first year is 10,000 MRR and 100,000 users. We are experienced founders. We can build both the company and the product. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Very good. Thank you so much, DJ Kariga. I would just go back to the pricing model just to understand how you made money. You You said you're going to make 10,000 MRR, but what's the price for the premium customers? It was a bit fast.
So the premium pricing plans currently they start from the basic plan on €3.5 per month, and then they are expensive for more slides. But we started selling subscriptions in the beginning of this year when we launched the second soft launch, and we are looking for conversion rate around 2%.
Okay. Well, I might be a customer because I want to make my investment readiness process video learning. So I'm going to be a customer.
Yes, thank you very much. Feel free to try. It's free to try online now.
Thank you.
Lena.
Thank you. Just making sure I understand. So this is software where you can make your own kind of videos for presentation.
It's a
Like
so it's an online tool that creates the video automatically for you from your existing content, like a PowerPoint presentation or PDF or even an audio recording. Okay. So it does everything automatically. So it's like the first step on doing videos.
Okay, so I give it my slide deck and it animates it, makes
a video out of that. Yes, it's free to try, so feel free to test it online now.
I think I will become a customer as well.
Thank
Sounds
you.
very good. But so let's look at some projections. So you're raising 300,000, you said. What are you planning for growth? What are the projected revenues in the next year and in 5 years?
The goal for this year is to reach 10,000 MRR by the end of the year. And for 5 years, of course, that's a long projection, but we are targeting to become the next SlideShare, so we are targeting tens of millions euros.
Okay, I will try it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Sami. My first comment is, wow, I've sat through thousands of boring corporate PowerPoint presentations over many years, so this is perfect for the market. My early questions really were around, do you have like enterprise license that you're going to sell to big corporates where they can get an annual subscription to this?
Yes, that's a likely extension to our business model. So we have done some B2B pilots with certain corporate customers, and of course there are value-added features that you could sell to corporations around security and around branding and all kinds of that.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah, and my next question was on security, because I guess you're going to touch a lot of confidential and personal perhaps information. So how are you going to handle that? Is that taken care of within the Google Cloud or?
Yes, we are mostly using Azure Cloud at the moment. And yes, of course, that's an important question for many people who want. We are now primarily targeting users who are sharing online. They are sharing publicly, so then it's not a concern. But of course, there will be, especially with bigger corporations, there are privacy concerns that we need to take care of.
Right. Well, I think that this is going to provide a very dynamic, rich experience. So I wish you all the best.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sami. Let's change places, and Patrick, you can stay in the stage.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for all the teams. Just wanted to let you know we're approximately 10 minutes behind schedule, which I consider really good. So good job, everyone. And so I'll tell you what's up next. So we'll have 10 minutes time to convey the last steps. So first, we'll have feedback from the panelists. You'll have a few minutes to discuss like overall, how was it? How did you feel? How were the pitches and ideas and your thoughts on that? And then we'll have closing words from each organizing party. And after that, we'll have a small transformation. So we'll move the audience to the breakout rooms in Zoom. And here in Turku, we're available, and obviously in Västerås and Tallinn, available through Zoom chat. So after that, this session will move to Zoom chat. But thank you so much. It really I'm really impressed, Patrick, and all the panelists by the pitches today. Really good quality. I think that after seeing few startups in the Bay Area, definitely you guys are competitive and would excel in that market too. So feel free to broaden horizons from this region too. So, but I'll leave you the panelists to have this conversation, and we'll move on to the last steps.
Okay, we have the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Lena, would you like to start with any initial thoughts?
Yes, I'm quite impressed, really. So a lot of very valid business cases. Well, all of them really, and yeah, I really enjoyed seeing everyone's pitches today. So from my side is what we are focusing on is companies with at least one female founder. So I now have so many more exciting companies I want to add to my potential pipeline.
Well, first of all, thank you in the panel. I was impressed that we were going to, I didn't see you, so it was very fluent. But most of course to the ones who pitch it, it's always a nervous thing, and I think they prepared very well. They kept their time limits and more or less told us what we need to know. Then of course we will have our follow-up questions, and I think the answer to them really good. And I believe that is because they've been through such an accelerated program. If you listen to 1,000 pitches and then you ask those questions, a lot of founders don't have the clear answers. And I know you, Patrick, mentioned it a few times that they really gave straight up answers. And I think that's really something that they maybe achieved during this NBS project. What do you say?
So many consistently good pitches and good clarity with the answers and the responses. So that's really a compliment to both the teams, but also the accelerator, and also the kind of general inspiration, I think, that is flooding around Northbound, the whole ecosystem. So it's been very inspiring, and I think there's a lot of growth potential, not just here with the teams that we've talked to today, but in terms of the overall Nordic-Baltic proposition going forward. And yeah, very, very impressed. Thank you. Any closing words from the team, from the accelerator?
Yeah.
Well, I say, Lisa, I think it's very good that you are looking at the female founders. I hope and I know that there are some female also investors, and maybe that could be something that we can work more with to make investors make joint syndications over this Baltic Sea. And perhaps you can find us some really good, female founders that we want to invest in. So I'm look forward to have also discussions with the teams regarding investments, because a few of them actually was really racing right now, and that's of course always interesting.
Yes, I agree, and also I would like to add as well that these pitching is it can be stressful, but it's also very difficult to keep it in the 3 minutes. So I would say as well, all of the teams did we understood what they were doing, how they were doing, and then what they were after. So it was really great.
There were some clues with some of the answers or questions from the panelists that actually we might also be in a position to help some of you develop your businesses as well. So feel free to reach out to us where you think it's appropriate, and I'm sure we'll be chasing you as well. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so now few words from the organizers. Thank you very much for all the startups, great pitches, great insights, and thank you also for the panelists. Excellent work. Nothing less we expected from you, so experienced crew. And the two issues that we actually are seeking in this Northbound Startups is to make startups and investors get together and to grow more mature and investment-ready startups. And now I feel like we are on a good track with that. Listening those pitches, seeing those startups, I feel like we are doing good and they are doing good. And now about the rest of the day, what will actually happen is that we have teams have opened themselves online meeting rooms, so Google Meet and Zoom meetings, where you can meet them and discuss with them. You have the links in both this Zoom chat, and also you got those earlier today with the Lyti message. So please pick up your startup and get in there to discuss with them. And there's about an hour to mingle. So at least what you can do is to agree the next meeting with them and try to get in touch with them. So that's all from the organizer side. Thank you very much for the audience, and we'll see actually a slight advertisement in the end. Within, I would say, 2 months, we are gonna do a hackathon again, and then few months after that, another accelerator program will start, and a year from now, we are here again with the demo day. So more to come from the Northbound Startups. Thank you.